Hello, and welcome back to my channel. So today is a new day and a new day for a new look. I want to go full glam with you today because fall is here and fall is the time to use warm colors, golden highlights, all that kind of shenanigans. And so let's dive right into it. I have some wonderful stuff here that I want to use, and this is gonna be full glam. Starting my full glam transformation with Kryolan TV paint stick in the color 101 to create my eyebrows. Then I'm carving them out and priming my eyelid with Pro Longwear Concealer by MAC. Alright, so far so good. Eyebrow 1, eyebrow 2, carvation of the situation. We did that. So now it's time for some eyeshadow. So today I want to work with two palettes. This one is by Juvia's Place. I want to use actually just one shade of this palette. It's this dark red up here. It's a beautiful shade, and I think for fall makeup and full glam makeup this is absolutely perfect. So we will go into this shade here. And the second palette is the Mcgrath Mothership palette number 5. And I'm saying 5 like a V, not 2, 5. You know what I mean. Number 5. This is a gorgeous palette. Absolutely stunning metallics, but also the matte shades are beautiful. I think I'm going to use the brown and the lighter brown, especially as transition shades, and then possibly go into one of the shimmers as like a topper on the middle of the lid. So let's zoom you in and get going with the full glam, Hannah. I'm starting to map out the shape of my eyeshadow with the shade Entrapment. I'm going deeper into my crease with the shade Disobedient. Time to go into the Afrique palette by Juvia's Place. I'm using the shade Bintu, the dark, beautiful red, and I'm applying it with a slightly angled brush. I'm going back into the Pat McGrath palette and I'm using the shade Rose Gold 005 all over the middle of my lid. I'm going back into the red eyeshadow and I'm trying to marry the shimmer shadow and the matte red. I'm using a flat synthetic eyeshadow brush and the shade Skin Show Divine Glow to highlight my brow bone. That was easy and it turned out really satisfying, and that means it's time to put the foundation on this situation. Because as you can see, I did my eyes first and now it's time to like make everything perfect. Speaking of perfect, this is a new foundation that I found because I was watching Tati on YouTube. It's the Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage 24-hour foundation. I need to mix 2 of these shades together to get my shape. This is 2.18 neutral and 2.15 in cool. And these two together applied on my skin are really amazing. This foundation is dope. So I will put that on and you will watch. So the way this foundation applies is just amazing. I used the tiniest amount. Actually, I'm stupid that I didn't show it to you, but it was just like a little tiny amount here and it covered my entire face. I do not even need to use any kind of cream foundation around my beard area because seriously, even up close, everything is gone. So it applies really nice and evenly. The only thing that I noticed is it dries down quite kind of fast. So I like to use a damp brush or a damp sponge, or I just spray my face with Fix Plus before I do that thing. So yeah, that's all. But other than that, it's a really amazing foundation. I just had a huge show and I went through the entire show with this new foundation and everything stayed in place perfectly. And now my nose is itching, so let's get to the concealer. So for concealer, I'm using my Pro Longwear MAC concealer, and I'm applying it with a concealer brush first. And now I'm taking the excess of the product that is still on the back of my hand, and I'm just eating it up with a sponge. And then I'm using the sponge to blend the concealer to perfection. So first I'm blending it down towards my cheekbone, and I try to really highlight my cheekbone with the concealer before I even use a highlighter, and then with the rest of product that is here, I am softly cutting my eyeshadow. So I just go closer and closer to the shadow game, and as you can see now, what I do is I just cut it out in a way that makes it look really, really clean and also snatched upwards. So I just go in there with the kind of dry sponge. It looks like absolutely perfect eyeshadow application, but actually it's absolutely perfect concealer application, honey. I'm going in with Coty Airspun loose setting powder, and I'm starting in the areas that really need an intense setting. And while this dusty situation is going on, I'm using a big powder brush, and I'm just using the powder that is on my face, the excess powder, to just fix the rest of the face. So currently I like to use a little bit less powder than I usually did in the past. I know it sounds weird sitting here with a full face of powder, but girls, you know what I mean. While the powder is baking my face, I'm using my favorite black liner, and I'm simply tight lining my waterlines with this. And this will also be the base for my lower eyelid shadow action. I'm using Bin 2, the dark red shadow of the Juvia's Place palette, to create a smoky lower eyelid. I'm highlighting my inner corners and my brow bone with the shade Astral Lunar Gold. Alright, it's time to get rid of all the excess powder that is on my face, so I'm using my Real Techniques big powder brush, and I'm just going all over my entire face, brushing off excess powder. And then it's time to bronze up the entire situation with MAC's bronzing powder. As you can see, I love that stuff. It's amazing. I'm using my big powder brush, and I'm just going in, starting on the top of my forehead here, and then I'm going into the side. And I'm kind of like softly pre-contouring my face. So what I would usually do with a smaller brush and with my contour color, I'm doing now with a bigger brush and this bronzer, just to warm up all the areas where I later want my contour to snatch my face apart. The time has come to contour for your life. This is my 301 Real Techniques brush, and this is my Harmony blush by MAC, and girls, this combo is just amazing. And I'm simply placing it on my nose where I want my contour to be, and I'm just wiggling a little bit, and here's my contour. Girls, this brush and this contour color is simply amazing. Alright, so far so good. Now it is time for the lip game. I will use MAC's lipstick in the shade Beatrix. It's a dark, beautiful, seductive red, and as I said, I want to go full glam tonight, so I think nothing is more glam than a very, very dark, intense red lip. Let's go! Alright girls and boys and everything in between, this is the finished look with my entire outfit on. It's a sparkly mini dress. I'm going to DJ right now at a private party of a certain underwear company, and I'm excited to do that. I hope you really liked the look. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, notification, you know, everything that you need to do. Follow me on Instagram, get my lashes, and see you in my next video. Bye!